Good morning, students. I think all of you staying at home, don't go outside. Okay? And some complaints are coming that you are not concentrating on studies. Don't do like that. Every day, listen careful all videos. Try to solve the problems and try to write down notes and try to learn more and more. Don't waste time. Okay? So we are discussing how the solids, liquid, gas particles are there and how attraction between them and how can they expand in air, their diffusion property, etc. Okay? So in this process we will continue the attraction of particles in the matter. Now in last class we discussed how the particles are present in the matter. We will continue from there. We can't break stream of water from tap to ground. That means in your tap, when you open the tap, what happens? Water will comes down. Now if you keep a finger or a knife in between when the water is going, what happens? At where you are keeping the knife or a piece or any finger, there only the water will divide. But when beyond or below the finger, once again the water particles will move like above the finger. That means we cannot divide the water particles whenever it is coming from the tap. Why? Because always there is attraction present between the solid particles, liquid particles, gas particles. So when you are dividing with a knife, what happens? Above the water, below the water, the attraction makes them to come close together. Okay? So you cannot break the stream of water from the tap to ground. Try to break the piece of iron, piece of chalk, etc. Now you can easily break the chalk piece by using your fingers, but you cannot break the iron nail or iron items, etc. Why? Because always attraction present between the particles in the solid. Of course you know. But you can break the chalk, you cannot break the iron. Why? Because attraction is not same in all types of solid particles. In some solid particles, attraction is heavy, more. Example, iron. In some solid particles, attraction is less as compared to iron. So that's why you can able to break the chalk piece, but you cannot able to break the iron because the attraction is not same in all kind of solids. It depends upon more factors like the nature of particles and the material particles and valency, etc. Next, rate of diffusion is follows this principle. That means the rate of diffusion is very less in solids compared to liquids and compared to gases. That means gases diffusion is more as compared to liquids and solids. What does it mean? See, suppose if you kept agarbatti in the corner of the room, what happens? You will observe the fumes or you will observe the smell of agarbatti or scent. Why? Because it will spread in air from one corner to another corner. But when you keep any solid, it is not like that. That means the rate of diffusion is more in gases. Of course, rate of diffusion is present in solids and liquids also, but in solids is less as compared to liquids and it is less as compared to gases. That means more diffusion is present in gases. Next, compared to gases, diffusion is less in liquids. Compared to liquids, diffusion is less in solids. So less in solids, more in gases. Which one? Rate of diffusion. Next, factors affecting the change of state. See, change of state means we told more examples earlier also. One great example, you will see water present in three states: solid state, liquid state and gas state. In solid state we can say it as ice. In liquid state we can call it as water. In gas state we can call it as vapor. That means matter can present in three forms: solids, liquids and gases, and it can exist, of course, all the matter not, some of them. Example, if you see camphor, it remains only two states, solid and gas. If you burn camphor, what happens? It converts from solid state to gas state. But some of them remains in solid state, liquid state and gas state. Now this factors affecting the change of state. That means how one matter can change from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. You know, at below 0 degrees centigrade temperature, water remain as ice. In between 0 to 100 degrees centigrade, water liquid state. In above 100 degrees centigrade, it is in vapor state. That means temperature affects the change of state. To observe this, we are doing an experiment. Take any flask and connect it to stand. Using rubber cork, insert a thermometer in the water. Now drop some of ice cubes in the water. Below this flask, keep a flame by using Bunsen burner or any stove, etc. So whenever slowly, if you increase the temperature of the burner, that means when you burn the fuels in the chamber, what happens? The heat passes and the temperature slowly rises in the water. How can you find the temperature? Whenever you go to doctor, what happens? He will keep a thermometer in your mouth. So you will see the temperature of your body, because whenever the heat passed through the thermometer, the mercury will expand and you will observe, and doctor will say your temperature. Similarly, here also we are inserting thermometer. Thermometers are generally two types: mercury thermometers, alcoholic thermometers. A doctor, you will observe mercury thermometers. Generally at atmospheric pressure we can use alcoholic thermometers, because alcohol contains color, so you can easily observe the color. So here also let us use the alcohol thermometer. So initially the temperature is less than 0 degrees centigrade, because it contains ice cubes. So slowly we are heating by using Bunsen burner. We are slowly heating. So whenever the heat absorbed by the liquid particles, so the heat passed to the ice, so slowly the ice cubes are melt down in the water. So slowly the temperature increases in the thermometer. So you will observe that around 0 degrees centigrade, listen carefully, around 0 degrees centigrade, all the ice cubes will melt down. That means they changed their state. Around 0 degrees centigrade, all the ice cubes will melt down. That means they converted from solid state to liquid state. This is called as fusion. The process of changing solid to liquid is called fusion. So whenever you are increasing temperature at 0 degrees centigrade temperature, the entire ice cubes will melt down and they convert from solid state to liquid state. You will observe in the thermometer the temperature is around 0 degrees centigrade. Now it depends upon force of attraction between particles. That means we are telling in the normal atmospheric pressure. So whenever you are increasing the heat, what happens? The solid particles will absorb the heat and they will expand and they move from each other. So the gap will increase. So more gap is present in liquid particles. So they will convert from solid state to liquid state. Now one of the important property you have to observe here, the latent heat of fusion. Listen carefully. when you kept thermometer in water at 0 degrees centigrade, slowly increase the temperature, you will observe that it will remain 0 degrees centigrade for long time. Even though you are increasing the temperature, you are slowly sending heat, but at 0 degrees centigrade, the liquid remain temperature same as 0 degrees centigrade for long term. Why? Because at 0 degrees centigrade temperature, all the ice will absorb the heat slowly, and it converts from solid state to liquid state. So some of amount heat it will take to convert from solid state to liquid state. Are you following? Once again I am repeating, at 0 degree centigrade temperature in thermometer, the temperature remains for longer time even though we are submitting heat. So where is this heat is going? This heat absorbed by the solid particles, that means ice cubes. So they will absorb this heat, and they will absorb, by using this heat they convert from solid state to liquid state. So the amount of heat required to change unit mass of solid, that means ice, to convert into liquid at constant temperature is called latent heat of fusion. This is important, constant temperature I am telling. Why? At 0 degree centigrade temperature, the temperature remains for more time. At this time the heat is absorbed by ice cubes to convert from solid state to liquid state. So how much heat they have taken to convert from solid state to liquid state at constant temperature? There is no change in temperature, but the heat gone to convert from solid state to liquid state. This heat is called latent heat of fusion. At constant temperature, amount of heat required to convert unit mass, that means 1 kg mass, from solid state to liquid state is called latent heat of fusion. It is approximately 80 kilocalories for water at normal pressure, atmospheric pressure. Similarly, as you increase the temperature, slowly the water temperature increases from 1, 2, 3, 4, you will observe in thermometer. So if you increase the temperature faster way at 100 degrees centigrade, that means you are slowly supplying heat, water temperature is rising. At 100 degrees centigrade temperature, you will observe the fumes above the water. Why? Because the water converts from liquid state to gaseous state. It is called as boiling point. The temperature at which liquid start boiling is called boiling point. So all of you know, at where water will boil? Water will boil at 100 degrees centigrade. Of course, it depends upon atmospheric pressure and the contents present in the water also. Suppose if the water contains salt, it will take some different temperature. But at normal condition, 100 degrees centigrade temperature, water will convert into gas state. That means it converts from liquid state to gas state at 100 degrees centigrade. This is called as the boiling point. It is also not same for all kind of liquids. For water, 100 degrees centigrade. Example, if you consider alcohol will boil less than 100 degrees centigrade, around 80 and 70, depends upon the nature of alcohol, whether it is methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, etc. So that's why even if you kept alcohol in a bowl, you will observe that it will evaporate it at normal temperature because its boiling point is very less. So the temperature at which liquid starts boiling is called boiling point. Next, latent heat of vaporization. Now see, we kept a thermometer in water at 100 degrees centigrade. For more time temperature remains same. In thermometer at 100 degrees centigrade temperature, it will remain same for longer time. Why the temperature is not increasing? Because at this stage the water will absorb energy, and by using this energy it will convert into liquid state to gas state. So why the temperature remains same? because the temperature whatever it is taking, the heat whatever it is taking from Bunsen burner is used to convert from liquid state to gas state. So the amount of heat required to convert from liquid state to gas state at constant temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. Amount of heat required to change unit mass, that means 1 kg mass, from liquid to gases at constant temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. This is approximately 540 kilocalorie per gram. So both are same. These two are called latent heat. But what is the difference? It is the latent heat of fusion. That means here you will observe change from solid to liquid. Here you will observe the state change from liquid to gas. In both cases, latent heat means energy required to convert from one state to another state. Here solid to liquid, here liquid to gas. So that's why it is called latent heat of fusion. It is called latent heat of vaporization. In generally, latent heat means amount of heat required to convert unit mass from one state to another state. If it is from liquid to solid or solid to liquid, it is called latent heat of fusion. If it is from liquid to gas or gas to liquid, it is called latent heat of vaporization. Okay? So listen and by heart these definitions: latent heat of fusion, latent heat of vaporization, fusion, boiling point. Write down the notes. Okay, if it is possible I will send supporting video also. Thank you.